here's a guy who wants to help his team win. He's been there through injuries and frustration, traded from the Giants, went there with high hopes that this was going to work out because he was reuniting with his college coach as well as his college teammate in Landry with a young, promising quarterback in Baker Mayfield. Along the way, injuries kind of hit, and he hasn't been the same player that he was with the Giants. But what I would say is the frustration not only wears on OBJ, but it also wears on other receivers in the room, his family members and friends. They can see the body language. They can see the unhappiness in OBJ. What they are doing in Cleveland is preparing to move on without OBJ. It's a clear message. It's not, okay, that's fine. Why they did not get a deal done before the trade deadline, just to get a deal done, when you know you're going to have to whack him here in the next day or two? He's going to be off the team. They're going to work on something to let him move on.
It seems odd. They don't get anything for him.
It's just weird that they won't get anything for him.
Yeah.
Or they may just decide to pay him and have him stay home, what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did with me. Rich McKay, who's the general manager of the not the general manager, president of the Atlanta Falcons, was the general manager at the time of the Atlanta Falcons or with the Tampa Bay Bucs before going to the Atlanta Falcons to become the general manager, called me one day when I was in Dallas, Texas, on my off day, and told me that they were going to pay me the remaining, I think it was 6 or 7 games that was left on the season. They were going to give me my full salary. And they made a decision to allow me to stay home. I asked them, why didn't they just trade me? He said, well, we talked about it, and John didn't want to do that. So
what? Because he doesn't want to send you somewhere where maybe you can have success or you can hurt them or something?
Who the hell knows?
Or in the same conference or the value. Yeah,
I have no. I didn't even try to. I was just like, cool, okay, you pay me, I stay home, no big deal. And I think this is similar to what is going to happen with OBJ because in that situation with me, I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. I didn't violate anything. That's why they still had to pay me. I wasn't conduct detrimental to the team. I didn't do anything. They just made a decision. This is what OBJ hasn't done anything. He's playing. He's not faking injuries. He's not doing any of that. So they'll make the decision to move on from him here, like I said, in the next couple of days.
Yep.
Or they'll send him home for the remainder of the season. But I can almost, to a T, guarantee you right now on this show that OBJ's last game was last Sunday for the Cleveland Browns.
So 2 things that are, one thing I'll say on the back end that I know for a fact from some people close to the situation, but the first one was the question asked to Kevin Stefanski, where he said, did you tell the players that Odell is no part of the team anymore moving forward, right? Kevin Stefanski answered this by saying, I would just tell you again today, he's excused and we'll see where this goes from there. Not denying that. He didn't say Odell is no longer part of the team. And what I'm hearing from people close to the situation, that Odell is willing to take a pay cut to say, I no longer want to be here. I think that's a really big news. And the player is willing to say, I want to take a loss here because I want to move on to a better situation.
What you got to understand in these situations, players, a quarterback receiver is a unique situation. We are like husband and wife. We're together, no matter what the situation is. But when I know your sorry ass can't play, and my future is in your hands, and you can't play, and I know this, that becomes a real problem. Typically, the quarterback and the receiver are arms locked all the way down the aisle. The coach and the receiver, that's a different situation around teams. It's the coach and the receiver. When you look at the quarterback and the receiver, Donovan McNabb, T.O., that's a problem. It ain't Andy Reid and T.O., it's Donovan McNabb and T.O.
I'm so glad you brought this up.
Because I cannot have you messing with the quarterback. I've got to get rid of you because the quarterback becomes the most valuable piece. OBJ, next 2 years on his deal, is not guaranteed. Baker Mayfield fifth-year option of about, I guess it's around $20 million, whatever the number will be, is fully guaranteed. So we got to make a choice. And our choice is to move on from you and try and figure out what to do with the quarterback moving forward.
I'm so glad you brought that up. And I thought originally when he got sent there, the main thing for Baker to do is convince his teammates that he's a baller. Once they stop believing in that, it could be a problem. But maybe it goes deeper than that. Or maybe not. Look, if there's an issue between Baker and Odell.
Oh, there's absolutely an issue.
Obviously. By the way, I've been saying that the whole time. Clearly, right? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.